Time now to go over on this side and meet somebody else. Good morning, Zanu. How are you?
Yeah, been a long time.
Are you vegetarian? No.
No.
No, but that tasted really good.
Yeah?
Tasted really good. We're about to talk about your children. Now, your kids become confident based on how you bring them up, what you tell them, what you feed their minds. It's very, very important. And we're going to be talking about building their confidence. And I have with me Zanu in studio. Zanu, please tell our viewers what you do.
All right. So in Kenya, of course, I'm an inspirational speaker and I'm a life coach.
Yeah.
Well, that includes small business owners or startups or anybody with a business concept who doesn't know where to start or what to do next.
Yes.
So that's, of course, my background is journalism, but that helps you a lot to do these communications. Yeah.
Okay, great. So we'll work with inspirational life coach. Yes.
Because I had founded my own youth NGO back in the United States and worked with a lot of young people and mothers in the school systems in Connecticut.
Okay, so we want to talk about, kids and how important it is for us to bring them up to be very confident people, right? So last time you were here, you were very honest and very straightforward with a lot of the things that you said. And you were helping us unlearn a couple of things.
Yeah.
So let's see if we are on the right track when it comes to our kids. The hashtag is K24 Alpha Jury. You can call in live in studio. The number will appear at the bottom of the screen as we go on with this conversation. And we want to hear your thoughts as well on social media. So get on that hashtag K24 Alpha Jury, 21222 on SMS, and let's talk about families and children. How many kids do you have? Do you have kids?
No, I don't have my own kids, but through my youth organization, I have a lot of kids who call me father.
Yeah. Oh, yeah?
Nieces and nephews, and I've worked with a lot of children, but I don't have my own kids.
Yeah. So, children are very interesting because they absorb a lot of the bad things, and we leave out the good stuff. Is it that we don't act the way we preach water but drink wine? We tell them, don't do this, and then we do the other thing, and we expect them to stick with the good stuff. Is that what we do?
Well, that's obvious because once one's become a parent, we immediately take on this authoritative, position that you have to tell them what to do, and they don't have to watch what you do. Or sometimes we're not aware of what we do. We think that just by teaching them what to do, and that is enough. So what you said is right. It's not intentional, but parents do it. And see, kids don't understand words. What they understand most is what they see. So they copy faster than anything you can think about.
Yeah.
So yes, they do see what we do, and that's why we use too many no's. But let me start by saying no one can underestimate the amazing investment parents make into children, whether you're a single mother, single father, or even double parent. Now you see I use the word invest in children than saying sacrifice for children, which most people like to say. I say that sacrifice does not include working with a person to whom you think you are sacrificing. So when you use the word and think that I'm sacrificing for my children, it has excluded the children in participation in their upbringing. But when you think of it as an investment, then you'll understand that you have somebody you've carried for 9 months and now you have.
Yeah.
The investment means that you have in your mind what you want this kid to grow up to become.
Yeah.
Now, you then go through the 3 stages. One is the formation stage, let's say from birth to 3 or 3 to 6 or 6 to 9. The other one is the formation, the growth stage and the completion stage. Now, I use the word formation, which means that things that are formed by somebody else. So like you said, what you say, words you use, that's one, very powerful. Like John Watson once said, words become manipulative habits. The words you use become manipulative habits. So you are forming the child already. Now your question is, how do they become confident or not confident? Why do they absorb only the negative and not the positive? Because negatives are stronger than positives. They're very subtle, but then they sink in.
That's factual.
Yes, very factual, right? So we have to become very aware. The 5, 6, or 7 things I say always is this: limit how much of no you say to a child.
I hear that. Normally, I think, because I have a 3-year-old son and I'm told don't say no as much. I'm like, what do you mean? They only do stuff that you want to say no to. So what do you say? Do you then tell them, don't touch that? I mean, how do you Not say no.
Sometimes it's okay to make the children, or allow your children to make mistakes.
Okay.
Because we all know, we say that to each other.
Yeah, we do.
That only we learn from mistakes.
We do.
Now, if the child was doing something always good, would you say, no, don't do that good thing? You wouldn't say that,
Yeah.
right? So the same thing, if you keep saying no, 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 we say no because we are always busy.
Yeah.
And no is the quicker one. And then we think also that as a parent, you must always assume this authority. And authority, we think, has to say no. I say, look, discipline doesn't have to be punishment. It shouldn't.
Yeah.
Discipline is an opportunity for a parent at that time to have a discussion with your child.
Yeah.
So following up on not saying no is also saying that don't always rush to give your children answers.
Let them think for themselves.
Let them think. So
Okay.
here is the thing, right?
All right.
We must be aware that we are always very busy. And you think if I give you an answer, then he or she will go away. But then what it does is it closes the door to a huge opportunity for you to have a conversation. One, to understand the thought, the mind, and the soul of your child from the question he or she is asking. The truth is this. It's not always that we think the answer we gave is right anyway. Now, I'm not saying the kid asks you, where is the key to the bathroom? You should not give the answer.
Yeah.
But what I say is kids come to you with certain questions. They must already have their own answers. So try to find out what they're thinking by passing the question back to the child and say, wow, that is an interesting question. What do you think? And that opens a conversation.
Yes.
And kids feel so proud and empowered when you ask them for their opinions.
About something.
About something.
We had a guest here who came and said that she is a financial advisor to the 1% upper echelon in South Africa.
Yeah.
And she says that what she noticed about wealthy people is that they include their children in almost everything. When it comes to the budget of the house, when it comes to, and it doesn't have to be the big things, but it's just having them know that their opinion matters from an early age.
Excellent
makes them feel
observation.
valuable, makes them feel heard.
Excellent observation.
Right?
It makes them feel valuable. It makes them
Exactly.
feel inclusive. And there is nothing now. Listen, your kids are going to go to school. They are
Yeah.
going to have friends, right? Then they will become employees or business owners, which means they are going to work with people and they will learn how to include people, how to listen to other people's opinion. No wonder on our continent we have leaders who have only yes boys and girls around them, because that is what we have done to our children before they grew, because we never include them. What it does is that, look, it's not that you're going to get the brilliant answer from the kid, but you are making the kid feel like, wow, I'm counted as part of this household. And that's how they're going to treat others.
Yeah.
So the first one is to limit your no to a child. In fact, it's not even necessary.
Yeah.
Second thing, you must be aware that you're busy. So when a kid comes to you and asks something and you think, what we say, oh yeah, that's a good job. Oh, that's nice. And then you turn around and start talking about, complaining about your, the nail that the lady didn't do well. If you do not have the time, why don't you just simply say, you know what, why don't you give me 20 minutes? Let's talk about this because it's very, very interesting what you've just asked me. The fourth one, don't say, good job, good job. We do the same to our dogs and cats.
I'm not a pet.
I'm not a pet. If the
Yeah.
kid comes and shows you a result or a report card or a drawing, take time to observe it. And if possible, provide some criticism, even if you have to fake it. So the kid begins to learn how to take criticism.
But you see, people again take that too far, Zanu, where they break your spirit. And children have this, their imagination runs wild. And there are some parents, of course, who are a lot more harsher than others. And how they criticize them can break their spirit.
Well,
How do you find the balance?
Criticism and breaking of spirit, two different things. Totally different things. Breaking someone's spirit is not criticism at all. Now, if you're doing this intentionally because you've listened to this program and you are interested in raising a very confident individual and empowered child, then you do it at appropriate times where the kid understands this is criticism for my growth.
At what age do you start with this? Do you do it politely as they grow and then
There's nothing politely about it. You have to be conscious of what you're doing. It's systematic. It's the same way you put on the best makeup. Starting from the eyebrows to whatever to the lipstick, and you make sure it's not smeared over, and you look 3 times in the mirror. It's the same thing you're doing. You're devoting time to building a soul for tomorrow. So this is not something you do randomly or you just do it because you become habitual. No, this is something you take time to do it. If you have to find time to sit with your kid and talk to them and talk about something you saw yesterday. Now, this is one thing I tell parents. It's not always appropriate that the moment the kid did something, you have to make the corrections. Sometimes it sinks in better if you allow time
Yeah.
and then make the reference. You know, yesterday I watched you did this. When you do that, because when you say it at the time the kid did it, they want a defense right away. But when you say it after the fact, give it a day or two, some few hours, and say, can I talk to you with a smile? Say something good first.
Always.
Yes. Hey, by the way, I
Before
forgot to thank you yesterday for cleaning the room. That was awesome. You took a lot of things off me. Then you go to what you're going to talk about. So first you've won the attention with positive feedback,
Thank
right?
you for washing the dishes.
That's correct, yes.
Thank you for cleaning up after dinner.
Everything.
Thank you for this and that. Okay.
Yes. Even saying thank you for coming to talk to me when I asked you to.
Okay.
Look, here is the thing. We must learn to say thank you to kids. We must learn to say, I am sorry. We must learn to appreciate and show gratitude. Now, when I talk about gratitude, let me tell you something. Some of our children, I say our children I don't have, if they line them up first and pointed to parents to whom they're going to come, some of them will reject us. Seriously. So we must show gratitude that you're not giving them the things they want, the toys they want at Christmas. You can't afford it, but they still say, I love you, ma'am. You should show gratitude. So the idea is saying, I brought you to this world, I brought you to this world, I put food on the table. Well, he didn't ask you to.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't want to be here. How do you know I
No.
wanted to be here? You should have
Well,
consulted
if they consult, they will say,
Send
I
a
would like to be
letter.
with Michael Jackson or somebody like that who has many toys in his house.
True.
So we have to look at who we are and stop saying that I'm sacrificing for you. You're
Yeah.
not sacrificing for her or for him.
They
no.
didn't ask to be here.
Now,
Let's talk about, okay, so real quick, right? African parents are a lot tougher than Caucasian parents. And we share this across the continent. It's crazy. In fact, not so much so across the continent. We share this with even Black Americans. So it's just Black people all around the world. They're very, very tough when it comes to disciplining their kids. And we're not very emotional. We're not very, we don't show gratitude. You know, not all parents. So why is this so unique to Africans?
I'm really happy you asked this question. And I'm going to ask the viewers to really listen. When we were colonized, what did the colonies do? They always had a whip. They beat us. This is where it started from, spanking. I've asked a parent once to tell me, when did he discover that spanking a child was a way of, how did you discover it? Where was it taught? Is it in the schools, in the churches? Where? Where did we learn it from? Where did it come from? It came from experience. So those who colonized us were white. They beat us, and they saw what beating can do to a man, so they don't beat their children. The slaves, when they were taken to the United States, what was the first thing we knew about them? They always had marks to show. The people who beat them saw what beating can do to a human being. It turns you into a monster. There is no amount of hitting a child that is correct, not even a smack.
Really?
No, it's not. Now, let me say this. So I gave a workshop in Hartford, Connecticut. A parent kept arguing with me, and he quoted the Bible, spare the rod and spoil the child. And I said, what do you think they meant rod back in those days? And I said, let's just do it this way. So your husband or your boyfriend or fiance smacked your face and then held you and said, honey, I did it because I love you. Would
They
you
do
accept it?
that?
No, I'm
I
asking.
hear they do that though, but okay.
Okay, do you accept it?
Of course not.
Then why you smack your child and tell her because you love them?
Because they're trying to discipline them.
Well, why can't somebody else discipline you?
Because I'm an adult.
But who says that you don't make mistakes as an adult?
I mean, I do.
Yeah, we do.
But they don't deserve a spanking.
Who said that? Why?
Like, you know, with the kids,
So
they're
when does it
breaking
stop?
stuff.
When do you say, what, 12 years old, 18 years old? We stop hitting them at 18 because we know they'll hit us back.
Is that why we stop? I'll wait for my son to get to... I don't think I'll wait for my son to get to 18. Maybe I'll stop at 12.
Look,
because he's a boy.
when hitting someone
Yeah.
hurts,
Yes,
there
it
is
does.
no way you hit someone with a belt, a stick, a hand, and it doesn't. Who likes to be hurt?
Nobody.
When you hit a child and it hurts, you've turned a child into a liar because they have to lie to prevent themselves from being hit.
Because it's a bad experience.
It's a bad experience.
Painful.
Secondly, hitting a child is teaching the child that violence is okay when you disagree with someone. No wonder we have so many violent behaviors on the continent because we don't know how to use words to express disagreement. So I'm telling you that there is no amount of hitting that is ever right. Ask any child. if they ever want to be hit.
Were you hit? I was hit a lot. I feel like I turned out okay. Maybe that's why I feel like that's an option for me.
Well,
what do you think? If you're watching, do call us. The number is at the bottom of the screen. What do you think about sparing the road? Do you think it works for you? Do you talk to your kids? Do you feel like, the corner, time out, does that work for you? Is that an option of discipline for you that you find effective? Do let us know. I'm talking to Zanu about growing your baby to be your son, your daughter to be confident. It's all about building character. And part of that is criticizing them and disciplining them. Right?
Yeah.
And talking to them as well. Now, including them in conversations, very, very important. Is this why we find a lot of wealthy or rich children confident? And we think what's made them confident is the fact that they have money.
No, money never makes anybody confident.
But you've noticed that, right?
Yes, of course, I lived among them, and I saw the difference between, like you said, African Americans don't want any disrespect, and of course, the other people. They don't heed their children. In the school systems in the United States, Europe, you've traveled, do they spank with belts and kicks and everything, cops, anything that you lay your hands on? They don't. So do their children fail in schools and do wrong things? But come to the continent and see among us. Go to among the African Americans, where is more violence and disciplinary issues. Those who spank. Why don't we have more of this? What we have here are people who are afraid of people. Once you make your children to begin to be afraid of you, you've destroyed their spirit. There is no confidence in anyone who is afraid of somebody. And a child should not be made to be afraid of the parents. When a child becomes afraid of the parents, that child begins to learn to lie. That child becomes not confident to be able to share things with you.
Is that why we find could that be the reason why you have people scared of authority? Generally, the bosses, they feel intimidated naturally.
That's it.
We
start
worship
from
politicians.
home. That's correct. Look, very few homes. I've traveled quite wide and far, and I've seen many homes in Africa. And I will tell you, very few homes where a child. Why do you think that sometimes when you tell the parents the truth to the face, they consider it in Africa as disrespectful? For example, your parents came across you're making out with your friend, and they ask you, you say, no, I wasn't out. It's a lie. And a child who learns to lie is already destroyed because there's no confidence anymore left with this child. So what I was saying earlier is this: if a parent, and we use this word here, you are not afraid of adults, but why should a child be afraid? Anyone who's afraid of adults, like you said, authority, you tend to lie. Any society, any culture where people find it easy to lie with a straight face, you have really destroyed that culture. And boy, do we lie on this continent. We do. We even lie so much that we get angry not finding something to lie about.
We're so used to it.
Yes. So your parents have established this authoritarian relationship with you from childhood. Now you grow up, and whenever someone is in an authority position, the first thing you do is that you take the same stance you took with your parents. One, being afraid. One, you become this pleaser because you don't want to be criticized, you don't want to be hit because you think that when you make a mistake, you're going to be hit or punished. And like we said the last time I was here, when people begin to be afraid and worried and concerned about making mistakes, they don't even do the right thing.
Yeah.
Because your whole energy and thought, it's leveled towards this, I don't want to make a mistake. But all the great inventions of our lives came through a lot of mistakes. So first, starting with the parents. One, learn not to say no too many times. And we must be aware that we become very busy people. So the attention span parents spend with children have become shorter and shorter. And kids feel it. Nothing depresses a kid when they know that they have something they want to say so bad, an experience, a friend, something is happening. But each time they say, Mom, so what? I'm talking. They don't come back.
They don't come back. I have a caller on the line. Good morning, K24 Alpha Jury. Hello?
Mary.
Yes, Mary. How are you?
I'm fine.
What is your question or comment this morning, my dear?
Nilikuwa nasema mtoto wangu ni msichana.
Ako na miaka ngapi?
Ako 4 years. That girl, mimi sijui nini mbaya na yeye, sijui kwa nini anipendi.
Hakupendi wewe?
Lakini anapenda babake sana.
Na wewe ndio uko home?
Niko home.
Mom,
Eh?
unakanga home? Uendangi job?
Siendagi job.
Na spend more time na yeye?
Kuanga
Kwenda.
shule.
Oh, anakwanga shule kwa saa yako 4?
Ako baby class.
Okay, sawa. So just hold on the line. So Zanu, now we have, I'm going to have to mediate. So Mary's on the line. She says she has a 4-year-old daughter who doesn't love her and she doesn't know why. But she prefers the dad. What is the problem here?
Is she a single mother?
No. She's married.
She's married.
Yeah.
She thinks her daughter doesn't love her.
Mary, the phone line cut. Okay, fine.
She thinks her daughter...
She says she knows the daughter doesn't love her. It was very, very...
Well, I don't know how to explain when a daughter loves a mom or doesn't love a mom.
Yeah.
That's difficult for a 4-year-old. It could be any trauma this kid is suffering. It could be the fact that the mother may be very busy and doesn't give her attention. So at one point, we were saying that earlier, when children try it so very often and they don't get the attention, they turn away. Dogs do it, cats do it, our pets do it.
Everybody.
Yes.
Even in fact, in relationships we do it.
Of course we do.
And I turn to my husband, he's not giving me attention.
That's correct.
And there's somebody at the office who's, talking to me real nice and gives
You
me
turn away
time.
from the person because
Exactly.
nobody likes rejection.
Nobody loves
Go to a
rejection.
bar and you try to get this lady's attention or this guy's attention, he doesn't, you go to the next one. So this good lady, which I believe she loves her daughter dearly, may not know that maybe her busy schedule, her lifestyle, everything, that she doesn't give the attention. Now, what do we mean attention? This is what parents don't understand. We think attention means you have to spend the whole day sitting staring at the kid. No, it's not the number of hours you spend with the kid. You could be there and not there. Attention means when the kid comes to you, don't give quick answers and send them away. Say something, repeat what the kid said. And that is it. The kid believes that you heard her or you heard him.
Yeah.
Repeat what they said.
Yeah. Let's talk about love, which is something very important. And I think it ties in with attention.
Yes.
So let's talk about love. How should parents then express their love to their kids? We look at it like if you give them what they want or what they like, I mean, that's showing love. If I get you all the best toys, I take you to the best school, I let you stay up past your bedtime, I'm sort of...
Yeah, that's why we wait for Valentine's Day in February, thinking when he comes home with made in China chocolate and some good flowers, he loves you. It's not what you give to a kid. I say this, birth to 3 is crucial. The formation stage, we have to remember that. You are already forming this child, and it becomes very difficult. When I talk about children, I really get emotional about it.
I can tell.
Okay? We got to be careful about the... Look, everything else can be forgiven in this world. Even if you kill someone, society can make you pay the price and you can be forgiven. But when you raise somebody that you have emotionally destroyed, there's no way taking it back.
There's no taking it back.
And you remember John Watson, born in 1883, was a child psychologist, legendary American psychologist, who said, give me 12 healthy children. I'll pick any one of them and turn him into anything. A lawyer, a thief, a beggar, serial killer. It's true.
So you're the one who has the power to help this child...
That's correct.
...become anything.
Yes. So let's talk about love. I don't know what is love if you're giving your children. They are yours. So that love, it's I say all the time with no disrespect, it's animalistic, it's biological. When you look at them, you're seeing just half of you. And that's where you have to be careful. You understand? So here, kids want to feel secured at home. That's the first thing. Secured means that you don't hurt them by hitting them and yelling at them and not giving them attention, right?
Yeah.
That's it. That's the first security kids want. The second one is respect and, when we said earlier, inclusion. Forget about the love. They're fine. Without fancy sneakers and this hairstyle and all that, they're really fine. Secured, respected, included. What else can somebody ask for?
Absolutely true. And we have a caller on the line. Good morning, K24 Alpha Jury. Hello. Hello. Poa sana, niaje Purity?
Poa sana. Napiga kutoka Kitale na wa-congratulate kwa hiyo topic ya leo.
Please contribute.
Yes.
Endelea.
Now, Avasa, niko na mtoto 3 years old now.
Yeah.
And I think ako hyper, that needing thing. Kwa sababu ako all over,
Yeah.
Alafu, nashindwa kumdiscipline, like, everything he does, si poa kwangu, he's everywhere, neighbors are complaining about him. Yani, like, I don't know, sijui watoto wenzake pia.
Yeah.
So, I want to, nilitaka nisaidiwe, naweza mtreat hadi okay, ananiprovokingi sana kumchapa most of the time. So how can I help him niweze kumdiscipline vizuri still ako loved, unaona?
Oh, okay, all right. Now, I thank you, Purity, for that. I couldn't quite get exactly what she was saying, so Eunice, kindly repeat the question in my ear. Eunice is my producer, and then I will ask you. What did we talk about Mary? What did we say about Mary, by the way?
She says her daughter doesn't
Yeah.
love her, and we
Yeah,
are saying
so-
that the kid could be going through some trauma.
Okay,
One,
fine.
either because she's
Attention.
very busy, she doesn't give the attention she likes, and the
it's
daughter
attention.
has turned
Okay, fine.
around. Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure that we responded to her.
Yeah.
So what did she ask kindly? How do you punish with love without beating?
Look, these two things is what I don't want to talk about. Like
Why?
I said it earlier. What do you mean you're punishing with love? No, you're punishing because you're mad.
No, actually, she's asking, how do you then punish?
Yeah,
and
we have to know
polite,
what is
or-
punishment. Okay, for example,
Yeah.
Amina, you work here, K24, right?
Yeah,
Of course, your boss wants you to do the best.
true.
How would you like him to punish you for anything? Look at the number of things you do in 1 hour.
Yeah.
You know, so what is the punishment? He should begin to treat you as somebody he can work with, somebody
Yeah.
who can listen to him because you're his authority. So he's become like a role model in things he does. So this punishment, I have our experience to tell me. I went to a school to speak in West Africa, and I asked the teachers. They all have these long canes, and they weep. And I said, any teacher to give me an example.
Yeah.
Something one of the students did, and you whip the kid, and they didn't do it again. One time, and they never did it again. And
Yeah.
nobody could say it, which means punishments don't do anything.
Yeah.
Otherwise, why has the jail system not corrected people?
Yes. Okay. Talk to them.
Talk to them.
They will hear
Find
you.
out why the kid did what he did.
Is that why we have a lot more cases about suicide now?
Of course, we have more cases about suicide. Look, talk to the kid. The kid didn't know that what he did to you is wrong. He or she may have all the best intentions for doing what he or she was doing. Now, let's say what you call mistake in your punishing. If the mistake the kid made brought some good luck to the household, would you still punish that kid?
No.
No. So stop saying punishment, because we ourselves, society, has not even established what is wrong yet. Now, why are you calling this wrong? Does the kid know better? What do they know? You're using your experience to judge what they do, forgetting that the time you did these things, that you became aware that is wrong or right, it's a different time now. But you're using your standards to judge everything they do. Your children are not your children. They are lives, sons and daughters of lives longing for itself. They may come from you, but they're not for you. Treat them as some people you are investing in for their souls to dwell in tomorrow powerfully. You may give them love, but don't control their thoughts.
Let's talk about the words, right? Words are very powerful.
Very.
And if you're like me and you're spiritual, then you believe in what you say and, you speak things into existence. So you have parents who, when they're mad, they'll tell you things like you're a failure, you'll never amount to anything, you're this and you're that. But then when they're happy with you, they're like, I knew you could do it. It's very confusing. So how should we, because I follow DJ Khaled, he's a rapper. He's an
Yes.
award-winning rapper from the States, so
Yeah.
you know Khaled, right? Okay.
Of course.
So he, every day, talks to his son and tells him, you're great, you're a don, you're an icon, you're a legend. He's 9 months, you know what I mean? So, but he tells him that every single day. Will that make this young man grow up knowing that he can be anything he wants to be?
No. This is over pampering.
Okay.
This seriously over pampering.
That's too much.
This is seriously bribing so that you get the same thing back. I don't mean him. I'm saying
Generally.
because I was going to talk about it. This over. Look, if your boss keeps saying this to you every day, you're going to be suspicious. And sometimes you say, "What do you want?"
Yeah, it's so creepy.
Exactly. Kids are going to meet colleagues at workplace, in any life, who are going to criticize them, tell them that you were wrong. You got to do the same thing. It's not always you say this, you're great, you're good, you're great, you're good. No.
Amazing, you're
no.
the one.
Soon it become immune that it doesn't mean anything anymore.
Okay, we have a caller. Good morning, K24 Alfajiri. Hello.
Hello,
Habari yako?
Zuri, how are you?
I am fantastic. Yes, Maureen, go ahead with your question kindly.
Hello?
I can hear you, Maureen.
Yes, my name is Maureen.
I apologize. We've spelled your name wrong. It's not like that. It's M-A-U. We just want people to know we know how to spell Maureen.
Yes,
Go ahead.
My question is,
Yes? I can hear you.
U-R-E-E-N. Yes, you're right. My name is Maureen.
Yeah.
I live in Ngumo.
Yeah?
I don't have children,
Uh-huh.
but somehow kids seem to love me so much. Everywhere I pass,
Yeah.
they're always attracted to me, or they want me to give them attention. The other time I was passing by a playing field, and one Brian is crying over losing a penalty.
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't even know how to reward them. There are even kids, yeah,
Yeah.
who come and report to me who has damaged my car, who has done this. Some even bring me fruit. So how do you reward kids like that? How do you make them feel appreciated? I don't even know their parents, but everywhere I pass, they want to come and hug me, and I'm at loss on how to reward each and every one of them.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much, Maureen, for your call. Zanu, how do you respond?
Well, sometimes people who don't have kids, they haven't felt this pressure. They tend to be, nice. I say I love playing with kids because I know they're not mine. In 2 hours, they'll be gone. So you give all the attention you can give, knowing that you spend this short time with them. So most of us, or people who don't have, they give. The one thing I want to say is this. Parents who are listening and who are really, really, really interested in watching their relationship with their children should keep this in mind. If you do more than 19 things in an hour, you're a busy parent. Let that be a warning or a red flag for you that it would affect your relationship with your children. There's no way you do so much. You are the nanny and the wife and the mother and the, everything else in the household, and you have a job and you're making money. You cannot have quality time with your children.
And I read somewhere, it's not about how long
That's
you're
correct.
in the house. It's about the quality time. We have stay-at-home parents
Yes.
who don't have a relationship with their kids.
That's correct.
So then you're there 1 or 2 hours a day, and those 2 hours you talk to them and you listen to them and you hear them out.
Yeah.
I think this is a discussion we need to have a part 2 because we're done right now. Final comments, Anu.
Well, what we do, what is very dangerous is this. We include the children in our extended family, like our cousins, nephews, everything, and my children. So we distribute the time equally to everyone. And we treat our children the same way we treat anything we come across. I say no. Add them to your to-do list, your children. Cut a time you're not going to break. Make a promise you can keep, and knowing that 9 p.m. I spend it with my children, or 8 a.m. on Saturday, I do. And they will soon get used to it and understand. Finally, share with your children both the good and the bad stories of your day, so they know why you have a frown on your face, because they will learn it too.
It's very, very important.
Very important. Don't always want them to know the good side because a mama shouldn't have a bad time.
Yeah.
How will they learn in the future how to deal with it?
Yeah.
So when especially when you have the bad days, share with them. Tell them what it is.
So they know it's okay.
That's it, okay? There is nothing that is not. They understand. They will understand.
Yeah, very true. So the same way you have yoga or gym, or you have to go to the shop, or you have to do this at this exact time, have time that you've set aside and said, by this time to this time, only my kids, nothing else. All right, so let's take a look at what has been trending in the world of entertainment. Time now for Al Fajri Showbiz.